Greetings, family, and welcome to another episode of Ask Dr. Mumbi. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray, family, that you are well in all your ways and that you're moving into living life finally on your own terms. And as the people of the motherland, you'd best know what time it is. You'd better believe what time it is, family. And I released this prophecy. I'll actually do a separate show on the prophecy that Miles Monroe came before they took him out. He came and he passed the baton. He gave us extra energy from the Caribbean. And he talked about how the so-called South was going to become the next rulers of the world. He talked about how we may not be ready for it. We may feel we're not even equipped for it. They may try and stop it, but it was happening anyway. And there's been so many conversations I've had this year with a lot of our, melanated family from across the world. And we've been talking about how whether they're in Jamaica, whether you're in a club in Berlin, whether you're in a club in Japan, dude, whether you're wherever you are across the world, Afrobeat and Amapiano are like the way reggae, are to the world today. What reggae was in Bob Marley's time and just after Bob Marley in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, where you could go anywhere and you'd hear reggae. And we've known this for a while, that our culture, our people, the energy, you feel it, family. There's like a revival in our spirit and in our energy. And, I always say this, the majority of our people are under 18, which is such a favorable thing, family, because it means that they are not in the old narratives. They're not brainwashed by the old narratives. They're the ones who are sharing, oh my God, can you believe this is what happened? Oh, They're the ones who are even using the TikToks of this world and the Twitters and the Instagram to further shatter the narratives and illusions of the past. But they're not stuck to those. They're not glued to those. And Babylon is taking too long to produce a new reality for them to fit in. They've given us the devices. They've given us these mobile phones and all these things. But our people are using it to spread our own information and to cement and solidify our group consciousness. And it's reached a point of no return. To the point now where Babylon media themselves have to acknowledge. And this is an article that appeared in the New York Times. It was then copied into the Seattle Times and many other publications across Babylon. And they say, as the world grays, Africa blooms with youth. By 2050, 1 in 4 people on the planet will be African. A systemic change. That's like, I don't want to say for them catastrophic, but it's like a switch. It's like everything goes back to normal all of a sudden. So they say a systemic change that's already starting to register. You can hear it in the music the world listens to. You can see it in the movies, fashion, politics. You can sense it in the entrepreneurial drive of young Africans and the urgent scramble for jobs. You can see it in the waves of youths who risk all to migrate, which is being seen as an invasion. Let me tell you, in their boardrooms, they see our young, vibrant black men doing anything to cross over to the Mediterranean as some kind of ancestral spiritual invasion, family. Hey, let me not get too into that. So they're saying, astonishing change is underway in Africa, where the population is projected to nearly double to 2.5 billion. I've already told you, family, we hit 2.5 billion a long time ago. Now they say you have to use their numbers, whatever. Oh, yo, we're close to like 5. You can feel the energy. If you feel the energy, And they're just talking about how, the next quarter century is us. And they've done everything to destroy it. But what's freaking them out, and the only reason I'm even bringing this to your attention, is to get you guys to changamuka, get you guys to get excited. Because what's happening now is like there's a spiritual wave. They tried everything to diminish, to destroy, to delay, to infertilize, all these things to make this not happen. But now it's like the more they kill us, the more we multiply. And it's freaking them out. Like they need to just back off all those family planning agendas and population control agendas. Like I think they're realizing now, the harder you go, the harder we return. And now you're even getting immortals in the mix who can't be taken out. So family, whether we want it or not, this is our age, this is our time. And the reason I even share this story, of course, the person who shared this had wanted me to give my opinion. Of course, it just confirms everything we've been saying. But for me, it shows that for us who are in the generation of adulthood, from whatever age, because old souls are also reincarnating now to whatever age. The ones who you're now independent, you're responsible for yourself materially. It is up for us now to go deeper into our spiritual walk, into our spiritual life, to help to spiritually see and know what the Most High has in store for this era, because it has happened because of the ancestors, because of the return of the ancient ones, because of the spiritual justice that was called. We are back on top. We are entering the golden age. So much has been done to handicap us, which means like now it's all about the mediums and the channels. That's how this age is going to be built. And they are the ones who are now going to have to come to the forefront. If you are a president anywhere and you don't have seers and oracles and mediums who are telling you what the will of the Most High is for your nation, you will not survive. The change is happening culturally, which is still like a spiritual, it's still on that spiritual, sound, mental plane. But when it starts to land physically, you'll see like a wave hit Africa, where the spiritual leaders, there'll be a theocracy. Governments are going to, and there'll be a new form of leadership. We'll start leading the African way, and we're going to see a transition to that. And now, current leaderships have a choice. You can either go the Ibrahim Traoré way, by force, the forced transition into the new African leadership, or you can help to create that leadership and transition us out. But it will take a lot of bravery, because you may not be, you're going to have to grow a backbone and tell your your puppet masters, nah, it's a new time and it's a new dawn, and you'll know that you are safe. Anyway, I think I'll do a whole separate show on leadership now, what it means, what it will look like. Because if you're not prophetic, don't even try lead. If you don't have powerful prophets, and I'm not talking about religious prophets. If you're a religious prophet, you're limiting and diminishing your power. Get out of religion and get into the true service of the Most High, which you've been called to. It is time for us now to turn back to the Most High, turn back to our ancestors, because they are the ones who somehow got us across the Red Sea, and they have a plan. And for us, as I was saying, who are adults, we now have to prepare ourselves to be the leaders, to be the transitional leaders for these children of the new dawn, these golden children. And we will not be able to do it without the purity of heart, that deep love for that deep Pan-Africanism, patriotism, whatever you want to call it. And that deep, deep, deep spiritual, psychic, mental reliance on the powers of the Most High. Let me know what you think about this. The world is becoming increasingly more African. It always has been. But I feel like it's also a confirmation that our group consciousness has done this. Somehow, the internet was our saving grace, and then when the lockdown just brought us all together. But let me know what you think in the comments, family. I'll be sure, actually, to record a show on presidents moving forward. Because any president that is moving without a seer, without a prophet of the new dawn, anyone who is still stuck in the shackles of religion or in the shackles of the Babylonian systems and is not willing to be shown a spiritual way out, then it's not going to work. But those are stories for other days. TUKO PAMOJA.